Hello student, welcome to Standard 10th History and Political Science. We are going to start the third lesson, that is political party. Wherever we stay in our vicinity, we see several different parties exist over there. How these parties function? What are their works? What are their aims? Why are they formed? All these questions will be solved after the completion of this lesson. So let us begin the third chapter, political party. In the last chapter, we studied the working of constitution and election procedure. Political parties are a link that connects common people, democracy, representation, and election. So once again, it links and connects common people. So we are the common people. Democracy, which our India has adopted the form of democracy. Representation, the elected members, which we cast our vote and they get elected, they represent our area. And the elections. So political party is a link between all these four. Whatever we read or hear about politics is related to political parties. Political parties exist in all democratic system. So wherever in the world democracy is there, there political parties exist. In fact, political parties compete with each other only in a democracy. So they compete with each other. It's the competition. So each party wants to come in power. So they compete with each other. In this chapter, we will study the political party system in India. In your school and the surrounding, you must have seen some groups, institutions, organizations working to achieve some objectives. So you must have seen all these. Even in the school, there are some groups, or your school must have been divided into four color, red house, green house, blue house. In this way, the competitions are held. Some organization take initiative in resolving social problems. You may have read about the various movements and their works. So there are quite a many different movements which are working, social movements, for women's empowerment, for children welfare, and for several other purposes. So these movements exist in our India and they work for social causes. Just as there are active groups, institutions, and movements, similarly, there are political parties who contest election. So, political parties' main aim is to contest election and to come to power. Political parties are also a kind of social organizations, but there is a difference between political party and the other institution or organization in society. Political party has aims and they want to secure power, but other institutions which are working, their aim may be different. The difference is in the goals and style of working of political parties and the other organizations. On this background, we can say that when people from organization with the objective of achieving political power and participate in the electoral process, such organizations are called political parties. Once again, I will say that we can say that when people from organization with the objective of achieving political power and participate in the electoral process, such organizations are called as political party. Political parties thus can be described as a group of people who aim to contest election, win elections and get power and establish the government of their party. Following are some important characteristics of political party. So first characteristic is to be in power. Achieving power through election is the main objective of political party. So they want to achieve power. They want to get more majority of seats and form the government. Thus, different political parties compete with each other to get power. There is nothing wrong in this competition, but the competition should be fair. Second characteristic is to pursue an ideology. Every political party has some policies and would and worldviews. Parties have a particular stand about social issues. These together make party ideology. The people who consider any specific party ideology as acceptable supports that political party. Social support received by a political party is called the mass base or mass base of political party. In modern days, ideologies of all political parties appear to be similar, hence, it has become difficult to differentiate between the parties on the basis of ideology. The third characteristic is to have a party agenda. Political parties prepare their party agenda on the basis of party ideology. They implement the agenda after they get political power. Even if they do not get political power, political parties try to get support of people on the basis of this agenda. So, before the election, agenda is told to people, and after coming on power, they try to act according to this agenda, but very many time they forget also. The third characteristic is to establish a government. Political parties establish the government and govern the nation. The political party which gets majority in election forms the government. The parties which do not get majority acts as opposition party. So majority of seats will form the government and other parties will form the opposition party. The next characteristic is to act as a link between the government and the people. Political parties work as a link between the government and the people. Political parties communicate the demands and complaints of the people to the government. So it is the link, as I told you, and therefore whatever people's demands are there, they are told to government, and whatever government's policies are there, they try to implement. So in this way, the political party is the link. The government tries to get support of the people for its policies and programs through political parties. Imagine You are an opposition party leader and you have observed that the ruling party has not done good work in the field of health. What will you do as a leader of opposition? So nowadays, coronavirus is going on, and we have our Radhakrishna Vike Patil as an opposition leader, and the news constantly says that the chief minister, Mr. Thackeray, has not done good work in the fields of health. According to me, he has really done a good work. But then even the oppositions, they criticize. So in that way, if we are told that you are the opposition leader, how or what will you do? So that you have to think and write down, my dear student. Think and write. Mahatma Gandhi, Vinoba Bhave, and Jay Prakash Narayan put forth the idea of partyless democracy. What has to be done to bring such democracy in modern times? So, partyless democracy, I think when more parties are there, they compete with each other, and then the democracy remains intact. Therefore, I think that there should be more parties in the government. Changing nature of political party system in India. The Congress was a strong political party in the post-independence period. Congress had a majority at center and in most of the states. Indian politics was controlled by the Congress party. This era was described as era of single dominant party system. So Congress had majority in center as well as in so many different states, and therefore it was called as single dominant party system. The non-Congress parties came together and challenged single dominant party system in 1977. After 1989 Lok Sabha election, the system of one party emerging as dominant party came to an end. Since then, different parties began to come together to form coalition government. Both the Bharatiya Janata Party and Congress Party made an experiment of establishing coalition government. The brief The belief that coalition government bring instability was proved wrong by the political party system in our country. In fact, the coalition government system as stabilized in India. So, you know, if power remains with one political party for a long period, and if no other political parties are influential, the party system is called as one party system. In politics, when two political parties are influential and if political parties enjoy power alternatively, the party system is called two party system. When many political parties compete for political power and more or less they are equally influential, the party system is called multi-party system. My dear students, you also find out in the year 2019 and 20 which political party has formed government in Maharashtra. In this part, my dear student, we have seen the characteristics of political parties. Then we have also seen the changing nature of political party system in India and few examples of that. So now we'll see in the next time the national parties which are found in India. So please read the part and we will see you in the next.